everyone, I'm Donna Bush with your CID-TV News Brief. Happy 2022 to each and every one of you out there. Well, as 2022 begins, mental health professionals are reminding residents that the Helpline is available for those who may want to just talk through any issues or concerns they may have on their minds.
One of the great things that we have at our disposal now is the Mental Health Helpline, which runs 9 to 5 on a Monday to Friday basis. People sometimes feel like I can't contact the line because my problem isn't big enough. And unfortunately, when sometimes it's addressed as a hotline, which is not, sort of the emphasis is on a crisis, it can be a crisis. We are there for that, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a small issue that you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody else about. You know, the mental health line is staffed by mental health professionals, right? So everybody you talk to is at a high level of training who's going to treat your issue in a very confidential and supportive manner. And they're not going to see it as too small. So we've had a range of people call the line, and they've actually been quite surprised. And we know that Christmas and the New Year is a very challenging time for people because there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of joy, but equally it can reinforce some of the difficulties that people do have, and they can feel that, their problems are endless and they're not getting any better and there's no way out. There is always a way out, but again, you need to share it with someone. There is help available. So I really want to encourage the public to call the Mental Health Helpline on 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. The line is not going anywhere. It was born out of, out of NEOC, out of the initial COVID situation in the Cayman Islands. And, it is essentially quiet, but it is used. And of course, in times of national emergency or storms or any other unfolding crisis, the line will be opened up and the hours are always extended. And of course, we always reach out to GIS, who are very good at sharing that information. But I want people to know that by calling the line, it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength and determination to get better.
Again, if you're struggling and would like to talk to someone confidentially, getting professional help is a crucial step and a good place to start. By calling the free mental health helpline on 1-800-534-6463 or 1-800-534-MIND. Again, that's 1-800-534-6463. We invite you to join us tomorrow when we hear more about some of the steps to self-care that you can take this year. Well, in early December, as we prepared for the holidays, the Minister for Health and Wellness, the Honorable Sabrina Turner, endorsed the National Drug Council's Arrive Alive 345 Unified Media Campaign by signing the signature board on display here at the Government Administration Building. Arrive Alive 345 is a campaign that supported the NDC's three important initiatives, which stress the importance of their anti-drink driving message that helps people stay safe on our roads.
It's been 21 years, and we're happy to report that the campaign was once again a success. We want to send commendations to the RCIPS. The roadblocks across the island were very superb, and I think it contributed to people being responsible and leaving their cars at home and riding the buses. Also, there was a high level of media coverage and social media posts, which we think contributed to the usage of the buses by a lot of young people between the ages of 18 and early 30s. So yeah, we thank Steve Reed and his team for their continued support over the years. His drivers, for giving up their New Year's Eve to, make sure that passengers utilize the bus service. We thank the 4 taxi drivers over in the BRAC. They had 10 riders utilize the bus service over there. So all in all, we're just very happy. Again, Compass Media, you guys, all of the different media outlets that have assisted us with getting the message out there this holiday season. I think it showed, it paid off. We had just over 2,900 riders in total.
The Designated Driver Initiative provides complimentary soft drinks and program keychains to anyone who identifies themselves as a designated driver for their group, while the New Year's Eve Purple Ribbon bus service is free to both residents and visitors and allows revelers on Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac to enjoy the night while they keep their car in park. Now, for more information about the NDC and their programs, we encourage you to go online to ndc.ky. Turning to our Tuesday forecast, which calls for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be from the northeast at 10 to 15 knots, while seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Now, the outlook is for similar weather conditions through to Wednesday evening. Taking a look at the synopsis, it's calling for light to moderate northeasterly winds and seas, which are expected across the Cayman Islands area for the next 24 hours. That's because a ridge of high pressure system will weaken over the central Atlantic Ocean further north. A cold front currently over the Yucatan Channel is expected to weaken and dissipate over the extreme northwest Caribbean. That's by late tonight. Satellite images show a few patches of low-level clouds over the Cayman area that are moving towards the west. Now remember, you can find the latest unexpected local weather conditions online at weather.gov.ky. And this brings us to the end of today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us and wishing you a wonderful Tuesday evening.
Seek the latest, accurate information on COVID-19 only from official sources at gov.ky/coronavirus.
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.
Join Donna Bush weekdays at 6 p.m. for the CIG TV News Update. Get the latest on what's happening in government on a daily basis. News Update first at 6 p.m.